Okay, hello, good afternoon. Let's begin. So, can you tell me your full name, please?
Okay, my full name is Naomi Yeung, and you can call me Naomi.
Okay, Naomi. Where do you live?
I currently live in West Jakarta with my family.
How is the COVID situation now in Jakarta?
For now, I think it's getting quite better. I believe the number of cases now have been declining, and most of the people here already got the vaccine and the booster already.
Okay. Are you working or are you a student?
I am currently a student majoring in branding at Universitas Prasetya Mulia, which is located in BSD Tangerang, and I am currently on my 6th semester.
And do you like your major?
Actually, I really like what I'm currently studying. For the past years in this major, I have learned a lot about consumers, marketing, brand management, and other related fields. And I can say that I'm very into it. I feel like through this course, I can learn a lot of things that I didn't know before. Other than that, I feel like this major can lead me to a better career in the future.
Okay, good. Is it a popular subject in your country?
I would say yes, but most university offers a major like marketing or management. I don't think they offer branding major. From what I know, my university is the only university that offers branding major in Indonesia.
Okay, great. Now tell me more about your family. How many siblings do you have?
I have two siblings and both are my older brother. They also studied at the same university as me. They are now 25 years old and 23 years old, and we each have a 2 years gap.
What do they do now?
Both of my brothers are currently working with my dad, but I'm not really sure about their work details as I didn't know much about that.
Okay, do you spend a lot of time with your family?
I would say yes, but at the same time also no. Since the pandemic hit, we are mostly spending our time together at home. So since then, we spend a lot of time together. But before that, we each had our own personal stuff to do. I have school, and my brother used to have schools too, so we didn't spend much time together.
Okay, who are you closest to in your family?
I think I'm closest to my mom because we are the only woman in the family, and we also share the same hobby, and also we spend a lot of time together.
Okay, then. May I know what your hobby is?
My mother and I both like to go to the mall and go shopping. I think we at least go to the mall once or 2 times a week, but not every time we go, we buy something.
Can you tell me the best mall in your country?
As we all know, Indonesia has a lot of malls, especially here in Jakarta. For me, the best mall that I have ever visited is Senayan City because you can find any clothing brand there and it is very complete. They also have large selections of restaurants, such as they have Indonesian food, Japanese, Chinese, Western, Italian, and other cuisines too. So I think it's complete there.
Okay, let's talk more about food. What is your favorite cuisine?
For now, I think I like Japanese food the most as they have lots of selections like sushi, udon, ramen, yakitori, and more. But now I think I like sushi the best.
Have you always liked the same food? Hello?
I think Naomi is lagging.
I will say that is my comfort food. However, I am hello. Can you hear me already? Hello.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you now.
What was the question?
Have you always liked the same food?
Oh, okay. I would say that Japanese has always been my comfort food. So I think I've always like Japanese cuisines, but I'm very open-minded for other food, so I always like to try new kinds of food.
Okay, is there any food you dislike?
Yes, there's food that I dislike. I generally don't like vegetables, but especially I don't like kimchi as it has sour taste and it also smells like so too much garlic.
Okay, thank you. That's all for part 1 IELTS speaking test. As for my feedback, I will say that you have stated your answers clearly, but your grammatical control is less strong, but that doesn't interfere with the conversation.
Okay, for me, from what I see, I think you can practice speaking more to improve your pronunciation. And from what I've heard, I think some individual words and sounds are mispronounced.
And last, as for my feedback, I would say your choice of vocabulary is not wide enough. Therefore, you're not able to discuss some topics at length. But other than that, you have done a great job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your feedback.
Hello and good morning. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm all glad to. Okay, then let's start. Can you tell me your full name, please?
Okay, hello, my name is Abigail Angelica, but you can call me Angie.
Okay, so are you working or are you a student now?
I am a 20-year-old college student actually, and I'm currently studying at Universitas Prasetya Mulia, majoring in branding, and I am in my 3rd year.
I see. Do you enjoy being a student?
Yes, I do enjoy being a student. I enjoy the sense of community and learning new points of view from a lot of people. Either it's from my fellow students or the professors. I also enjoy being a college student because I can learn about my interest in branding. But I would be lying if I said that every day is enjoyable because of the deadlines and all.
Okay, why did you pick this major?
Well, back then I picked the branding major because I am interested in retails and how brands create creative and visually pleasing marketing campaigns. And I also enjoy designing, so I figured that it would be great if I studied branding since it can somewhat accommodate both of my interests.
I see. What do you want to do after you graduate?
I plan to work right after I graduate. I aim to work in the fashion or entertainment industry. So hopefully I will get a job somewhere in the field, preferably in the creative department. And since I plan to work right away, I plan to move out from my parents' house and get a small place of my own.
Okay, great. Now let's talk about your hometown. Where are you from?
I'm from Jakarta. Well, now I'm currently living in Tangerang, but I was born and raised in Jakarta, specifically West Jakarta.
Do you plan to live there in the future?
No, actually, if given the opportunity, I would like to move to a house with bigger space and better facilities.
Who do you live with?
Currently, I'm living with both of my parents only because I am an only child.
I see. How was your childhood? Do you enjoy your childhood?
I think I had a pretty fun childhood because I feel like at some point of my life, there were quite a few adventures. I remember growing up in my grandparents' house up till elementary before my family and I moved to our current house at Tangerang. As a child, I had a lot of interests, but it mainly revolved around art, movies, and books. I used to draw and paint a lot. I remember my mom signed me up for an art course near my house. And growing up, I was practically surrounded by Disney movies and all sorts of pop culture things that I got from my dad. And when I was in 3rd grade, my family and I moved from Jakarta to Riau for a year. There, I experienced a lot of different things since Riau was quite different from Jakarta. So yeah, that's my childhood.
Well, that's interesting. What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
Usually in my free time, I look up on my Instagram because I enjoy finding like new things in my Instagram timeline. I also enjoy watching and exploring various movies of different genres on video platforms that I subscribe to. I often watch movies too with my dad since we have the same interest in movies. I also read graphic novels or comics frequently too when there are no movies that are interesting to watch.
How long do you spend on these activities?
Probably an hour or two on the weekdays since I also have assignments to do, but on weekends I can probably spend like 3 to 4 hours.
Okay, are there some new activities that you would like to try?
Well, I have been quite interested in learning new languages for some time. I would love to learn French or Japanese, and I would like to try volunteering at a dog pound. I know it's quite an odd activity, but since I love dogs, I would like to try and take care of them.
All right, that's great. That is all for today's speaking test. As for my feedback, I would say that you can maintain the flow of speech and there's no loss of coherence. However, you sometimes use repeatable words in a few sentences.
Okay, as for my feedback, I think your pronunciation is also easy to understand. However, there are still mispronunciations in some words that you said, which sometimes cause the loss of clarity.
I also agree with Gabby and Janet, but as for me, I think you have used quite a wide range of vocabulary. However, you do correct yourself from time to time. Well, thank you for doing the speaking test, Abigail.
Yes, thank you for your feedback as well. Have a great day. Hello, Janet. Good morning. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Janet, and you can call me Janet. I am 20 years old, and now I study at Universitas Prasetya Mulia BSD.
Okay, what do you study in university?
I am majoring in branding, and so far I have studied branding-related courses like consumer behavior, consumer journey, and brand management.
Okay, do you enjoy what you are studying?
Yes, at first I'm afraid it's not the right choice for me, but turns out I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy it, and because I can learn a lot about real situations around us.
Okay, let's talk about your dream job. And is it in the same field as your major?
My dream job is to work in a creative industry in a creative related team. I'm still not sure about the job description, maybe graphic design, creative marketing, and launch campaigns. So I guess it's a part of the branding major.
And what are your plans after you graduate?
After graduation, I will work for about 2 years, I think. And after I gain some experience, I'm thinking of studying abroad if possible, because I'm interested in studying about culture or maybe arts management.
Okay, now let's talk about your hometown. Where are you from?
Okay, I was born in Jakarta, Indonesia, and until now I'm still living in Jakarta, specifically in West Jakarta.
Great. Tell me something about the city you live in.
Jakarta is a big and beautiful city, and it's the capital city of Indonesia. Many people say it's really crowded and there's a lot of traffic because it's the center of many activities. But the good thing is the development in the city is really fast and equipped, so you can go to many interesting places in Jakarta.
Okay, what building is considered famous there?
If people think about Jakarta, they will think of Monas or the National Monument. It's a very popular tourist destination in Jakarta. You can also learn a lot about the history of Indonesia when you enter Monas.
Do you like living in Jakarta?
For me, yes, I'm most comfortable living here, although we are really busy. I enjoy strolling around to watch high buildings, city lights, shopping malls, people doing different activities, and so on and so forth. I also like exploring Jakarta using public transportation like Transjakarta and MRT.
Okay. What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
Usually, I like to watch Korean dramas, draw something, play with my dog, and tidying up my room. But before the COVID pandemic, or when the daily case is low, I can also go to the cinema or karaoke with my friends or family.
How much time do you have for these things, for doing these things?
For the activities that I can do in my house, I think I spend about 2 to 3 hours each day. But for the activities outside, maybe just one day on the weekend.
Are there some other activities you would like to try, and why?
Actually, there's quite a lot. I would like to try archery and volunteer with my friends, although I'm not a really an active person. I still love to try new things, at least once in my life, so I wouldn't regret it later.
Okay, has the way people spend their free time changed over the years? What do you think?
Yes, especially since the pandemic, everyone around the world has found new ways to spend their days. For example, we work and study from home, so we don't have much time to go outside. This makes us discover new hobbies and entertainment at home, like watching Netflix, TikTok, gardening, family time, and adopting new pets.
Okay, great. Thank you. That is all for speaking test part 1. Now I'm going to give my feedback. I think your speech is not too slow or not too fast, but most of the time most of the time you can organize your ideas as well. But you can improve your intonation to deliver the sentence more effectively.
Okay, for me, for my notes, you used to use correct grammar for your answers, and it helped us understand better. And your pronunciation is quite easy to follow, but you can still improve on that as well.
And as for my feedback, I agree that the intonation and sentence stress can still be improved, but your sentence structure and vocabulary are easy to understand.
Okay, thank you for the feedback.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Gabriela. It's nice to have you with me today. How are you?
Good afternoon, I'm great, thank you. And how about you?
I'm great as well. Thank you. All right, let's start with your activities now. Are you currently studying or working?
At the moment, I go to Universitas Pasti Mulia, and so I focus on my study there.
What major are you in?
It's S1 branding, so I learn how to develop a brand, grow a brand, and maintain a brand.
Okay, do you enjoy your major?
I do quite a lot. That's why I've never imagined to enter the other major. But however, I think I need to whether broaden or deepen my knowledge. So nowadays, I think I prefer to broaden it first.
Okay, have you wanted to enter this major since you were kids?
Actually, not. When I was in senior high school, I was very confused of what major should I enter until I met a senior in my high school who entered the same major, and he explained me about his major, and I was like, that's interesting. So I joined the test, and yeah, thank God here I am without any regrets.
Okay, now let's talk about your hometown. Where are you from?
Originally, my father is from Nias, Sumatra, and my mother is from Toraja, North Sulawesi. But as both of my parents have moved to Papua when I was born, so my hometown is Timika, Papua, I guess.
All right, can you describe your hometown?
Well, Timika is such a very small city, I can say. It is located in Papua Island. And in the afternoon, the temperature there could be really hot. It's about 36 degrees Celsius, and the city has a mountain which produce copper and gold, and that's why Freeport do the production there.
Oh, wow. Is it a good place for tourists to visit?
I don't think so. If other places in Papua like Raja Ampat or Jayapura, I would recommend tourists to visit. But Timika, I don't think so because mostly the city is proposed for copper mine, and a place where people go to work or to wander about, and the vacation spots there are limited.
Okay, let's talk about social media. Which social media apps do you have on your phone?
At the moment, I frequently use Instagram, but I have other apps such as TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter, but I rarely open and use those apps.
How often do you check your social media?
I check it every day during class break and at night.
Do you think you will use social media more or less in the future?
Well, I'm actually on a transition to reduce my social media time, but progressively from reducing daily screen time. And so I suppose it will reduce as I want to focus on other things related to my study and work.
Okay, as nowadays we are doing a work from home and school from home, I would like you to explain me about stuff you bought for your home. So explain what is it, when did you buy it, and why you love it so much in about 1 minute.
Okay, so I would like to describe a scented candle which I bought for my house. The brand is Atrium Projections, which produces natural and locally made home fragrance. I bought it online through Tokopedia about a month ago, and I chose the scent French lavender because when I went to a coffee shop, I found the same scent and I liked the smell so much. And when the candle arrived at my home, I love it so much as it was packaged in such a mini bag which is made from an environmentally friendly fabric, that's linen. And when I light it, the scent spread around my house and it calms me whenever I do my task and other activities at home.
All right, great. And do you have to spend a lot of money to create a nice home?
For me personally, I don't think so, but it depends on what makes one happier. Because for me, what makes me happier is the time I could spend with my family, with my loved ones. Their presence is the most important, no matter what the condition of the house is. However, if I could invest more on the stuffs I have at home for the purpose of perfecting the moment, I think why not? But still in a rational budget and for useful stuffs.
I see. Well, that's all for today's IELTS speaking test. Thank you for your participation. As for my feedback, I think you have answered the questions well, but you could practice speaking the words more to increase your pronunciation.
Yes, I agree with Naomi. I like the way you do the intonation, but you can increase the sentence structure so that you can deliver your opinion more concisely.
Yes, and for my feedback, I also think you can increase your pronunciation and explore more new words to increase variative answers. But overall, your answers are great.
All right, thank you for your feedback.
Thank you.